Have you ever noticed how your entire day can be ruined by just one negative thought in the morning? You wake up, check your phone, remember your worries, think about your problems, and before the day even begins, your mind is already tired. Many people don't fail because they lack talent or opportunity. They fail because their mind starts the day in the wrong starts the day in the wrong direction. In this video, we are going to solve that problem. You will learn how changing the way you speak to yourself every morning can transform your mindset, your confidence, and ultimately your life. The morning is a powerful moment. It is like the first page of a new chapter that you get to write every single day. But unfortunately, most people start their day unconsciously. They wake up with stress, scroll through negative news, think about problems, and carry that heavy energy throughout the entire day. But imagine something different. Imagine starting your morning by hearing words that remind you of your strength, your purpose, and your potential. Imagine beginning the day with clarity instead of confusion, with hope instead of worry, with courage instead of worry, with courage instead of fear. That is the power of what you listen to every morning. Because what enters your mind first thing in the morning often decides the direction of your entire day. Today, we will talk about four powerful ideas that can slowly reshape your thinking and help you build a stronger, calmer, and more confident life. The way you start your morning quietly shapes the way you experience the entire day. Many people underestimate this simple truth. They believe success or happiness depends only on big opportunities, external achievements, or major life events. But often, the real difference between a peaceful mind and a stressed mind begins in the very first few minutes after waking up. Think about this for a moment. When you wake up in the morning, your mind is like soft clay. It is highly impressionable. Whatever thoughts, emotions, or ideas you introduce during that time begin to mold your attitude for the rest of the day. If the first thing your mind hears is worry, fear, complaints, or negativity, then your brain naturally begins searching for more reasons to feel stressed or discouraged. Suddenly, small problems appear bigger, small mistakes feel heavier, and simple challenges feel heavier, and simple challenges feel overwhelming. But if the first thing your mind hears is encouragement, wisdom, and calm guidance, something very different happens. Your mind becomes more stable. Your perspective becomes clearer. You approach situations with patience rather than panic. This is why what you listen to in the morning matters so much. Many people wake up and immediately check their phone. They scroll through messages, news, social media posts, and endless opinions from strangers. Without realizing it, they allow hundreds of voices to enter their mind before their own voice even speaks. And by the time they begin their day, their mind is already crowded. But imagine replacing those voices with one powerful message every morning, a message that reminds you that challenges are temporary, a message that reminds you that growth takes patience, a message that reminds you that growth takes patience, a message that reminds you that you are stronger than the doubts inside your head. Over time, these small morning reminders begin to reprogram the way you see life. Instead of reacting emotionally to every difficulty, you begin responding with awareness. Instead of starting the day with stress, you start with intention. Instead of feeling controlled by circumstances, you begin feeling guided by purpose. The morning becomes your moment of mental preparation. Just like an athlete warms up their body before a game, you must warm up your mind before entering the world, because the world will always bring challenges. There will always be deadlines, disagreements, unexpected problems, and moments of uncertainty. But when your mind is prepared, those situations do not control you. You remain centered, you remain thoughtful, you remain calm, and slowly people around you begin to notice something different about you. While others panic, you pause. While others react quickly, you respond wisely. While others become overwhelmed, you remain grounded. This quiet strength does not come from luck. It comes from training your mind every single morning to start the day with the right thoughts, the right perspective, and the right energy. The human mind is very powerful, but it is also very obedient. It quietly accepts whatever messages you repeat to it again and again. Most people are not aware of this. They think their thoughts are random, but in reality, many of their thoughts are random, but in reality, many of their thoughts are simply the result of repetition. If a person wakes up every day thinking life is difficult, nothing works for me, I'm always behind, I'm not good enough, the mind slowly begins to accept this as truth. Even if opportunities appear, the mind struggles to recognize them because it has been trained to look for failure instead of possibility. Now, imagine the opposite. Imagine starting each morning with words that remind you of your strength, your patience, and your ability to grow. Imagine hearing messages that encourage discipline, gratitude, and courage before you face the world. Over time, these repeated messages begin to build a completely different inner voice, and that inner voice becomes your greatest guide. Many people think motivation is something external. They believe they need someone to constantly push them, inspire them, or guide them. But the real goal is not to depend on motivation from outside. The real goal is to build a voice inside your mind that supports you, even boo. In nobody else is around, that voice is around, that voice is created through repetition. Think about how children learn language. They don't learn by hearing something once. They learn by hearing the same words again and again until those words become natural to them. In the same way, the beliefs you repeat daily slowly become the language of your mind. If every morning you listen to words that remind you to stay patient, your mind learns patience. If every morning you hear reminders, patience. If every morning you hear reminders to stay disciplined, your mind begins to value discipline. If every morning you hear that growth takes time, your mind becomes more peaceful during challenges. The problem is that many people unknowingly repeat the wrong messages. They repeat their fears, they repeat their doubts, they repeat their past failures, and slowly their mind begins to believe that those limitations define them. But life does not change when circumstances change. When circumstances change, when the story inside your mind begins to change. This is why listening to empowering words every morning can be life changing. You are not just hearing motivation, you are shaping your mental environment. Just like a seed grows based on the quality of soil it is planted in, your thoughts grow based on the mental environment you create. When your mind is constantly exposed to wisdom, patience, and positive direction, something remarkable begins to happen. Your reactions start changing. Situations that once triggered frustration now bring curiosity. Problems that once felt impossible now feel like lessons. Even your confidence begins to grow quietly, not because someone praised you, but because your mind has been repeatedly reminded that Growth is always possible. This process is slow, but it is powerful. A single motivational speech may inspire you for a few hours, but listening to powerful messages every morning begins to reshape the way you think, the way you respond, and the way you see your own potential. Your mind slowly stops being your critic and starts becoming your supporter. And when that transformation happens, you no longer wait for the world to motivate you. Your own mind becomes the place where motivation lives. One of the biggest reasons people start their day feeling stressed, distracted, or unmotivated is because they unknowingly invite negativity is because they unknowingly invite negativity into their mind the moment they wake up. The first few minutes on the morning are extremely powerful, yet most people spend those moments of exposing themselves to information that drains their energy rather than strengthens it. Think about the typical morning routine for many people. The alarm rings, the hand reaches for the phone, and within seconds, the mind is flooded with notifications, social media updates, news headlines, messages, and endless opinions from people all around the world. Before the mind even has time to wake up peacefully, it is already reacting to information that may create anxiety, comparison, or frustration. Without realizing it, the mind begins the day. In a defensive state, suddenly you see someone else's success online and you start comparing your life. You read negative news and your mind fills with worry about the world. You see arguments and complaints, and your mood quietly absorbs that emotional energy. All of this happens before you even step out of bed. This is why protecting your mind in the morning is so important. Just like you would not allow dust and garbage to be thrown inside your home, you must also be careful about what you allow to enter your mind when the day begins. Your mind deserves a clean and peaceful start. The first thoughts of the morning should strengthen you, not weaken you. They should guide you, not confuse you. They should remind you of what truly matters rather than pulling your attention in every possible direction. When you choose to listen to a meaningful message, a powerful reflection, or a calm voice that encourages wisdom and patience, you are intentionally setting the emotional tone for your day. Instead of reacting to the chaos of the world, you begin the day from a place of clarity. This small shift changes everything. When your mind is calm in the morning, you carry that calmness into conversations, decisions and challenges. When your mind begins with wisdom, you become more thoughtful in your actions. When your mind starts with encouragement, you move through the day with confidence instead of doubt. Protecting your mind also means learning to pause before consuming information. Instead of immediately opening social media, give your mind a few moments of silence. Instead of allowing random voices to influence your mood, choose a message that aligns with the kind of person you want to become. Your morning should be intentional. It should be a moment where you gently prepare your mind for the responsibilities and opportunities ahead. Because the world will always bring noise, opinions, and distractions. You cannot control everything that happens around you, but you can control what you allow into your mind at the beginning of your day. People who live peaceful and purposeful lives are not free from problems. They simply protect their mental space more carefully than others. They understand that the quality of their thoughts influences the quality of their thoughts influences the quality of their actions and the quality of their life. When you guard your mind in the morning, you are not avoiding reality. You are strengthening your ability to face reality with clarity, patience, and wisdom. And slowly, This simple habit begins to transform the way you experience your entire day. Many people are waiting for one big moment that will suddenly change their life. They believe that one opportunity, one breakthrough, or one lucky event will transform everything or transform everything overnight. But life rarely works that way. Real change does not come from one dramatic moment. It comes from small shifts in the way we think and act every single day. The morning is where these small shifts begin. When you choose to listen to powerful words every morning, you are not just hearing motivation for a few minutes for a few minutes. You are slowly shaping the direction of your thoughts. And when your thoughts change, your actions begin to change. Your actions begin to change. When your actions change, your habits begin to change, and your habits begin to change. And when your habits change, your entire life begins to move in a new direction. But the beauty of this process is that it happens quietly. You may not notice the difference on the first day. You may not feel a dramatic transformation after 1 week, but if you continue listening, reflecting, and applying these ideas every morning, something remarkable begins to happen inside you. Your patience grows stronger, your reactions become calmer, your decisions become wiser, your decisions that once made you angry or discouraged begin to feel easier to handle. Instead of reacting quickly, you pause and think. Instead of doubting yourself, you remind yourself of your growth. Instead of giving up during difficult moments, you remember the bigger purpose behind your efforts. These are the small mindset shifts that slowly reshape a person's character. Think of it like planting a seed. When you plant a seed in the soil, you don't expect a tree to appear the next morning. You water it, care for it, and give it time. Day by day, the roots grow deeper beneath the surface before the tree becomes visible above the ground. Your mindset works the same way. Every morning message you listen to is like watering the seed of your potential. Every reminder of patience strengthens your emotional roots. Every me sashes about discipline strengthens your commitment to growth, and every reflection about gratitude strengthens your ability to appreciate the present moment. Over time, these small seeds begin to grow into powerful habits. You start waking up with more purpose. You become more mindful about how you spend your time. You begin choosing growth over comfort and patience over frustration. Your confidence does not come from external validation anymore. It comes from the quiet knowledge that you are improving yourself a little every single day. This is how real transformation happens, not through sudden miracles, but through consistent daily effort, not through traumatic changes, but through small decisions repeated again and again. When you make it a habit to start your morning with wisdom and motivation, you are training your mind to move in the direction of growth. You are reminding yourself daily that your life is not daily, that your life is not defined by yesterday's mistakes or today's obstacles. Your life is shaped by the thoughts you choose to nurture. And when those thoughts become stronger, clearer, and more positive every morning, the path of your life slowly begins to change in ways you never imagined. Every morning is a new beginning, whether we realize it or not. The moment you open your eyes, your mind begins writing the story of your day. The question is simple: who is holding the pen? If your morning begins with worry, distraction, and negativity, the rest of the day often follows that same path. But when your morning begins with clarity, encouragement, and wisdom, something powerful begins to shift inside you. Listening to the right words every morning is not about temporary motivation. It is about gently guiding your mind in the direction you want your life to go. Day by day, those words become beliefs. Those beliefs become actions. And those actions slowly become the life you are, Baba. Letting so tomorrow morning, before the world fills your mind with noise, give yourself a few minutes of wisdom. Let your mind hear something that reminds you of your strength, your patience, and your purpose. Because sometimes the smallest habit, listening to the right message every morning, can quietly change the direction of your entire life.